back here at Fisher Stadium as it's a feeling of deja vu all over again and again and again for Lafayette. As we'll get to the highlights in a moment. Final score in this one, Colgate 14, Lafayette 13. I guess we're doing the highlights now. So let's recap what's happening here as Colgate very efficient in a run in the second quarter. 1 point scored in 6 consecutive possessions. And Caroline Panzier was the one leading the charge for Colgate. Lafayette, though, they would get a goal at the end of the first quarter, beating the buzzer from Haley Albrecht, and that made the score 3-2. A fortunate bounce for the Leopards. They would end up going down by as much as 5 in this game, and part of that had to do with the strong play of the Colgate attack, but Sophia Spallone had a goal. Also, Sadie Martesian won as well. Lafayette had at one point 4 consecutive possessions with a goal and 5 of 6 in that second quarter as the teams combined for 11 goals in quarter number 2. That was Audrey McMahon, and then the last one in the quarter from Olivia Kelly. It was a 2-goal game at the half, and then Colgate, right out of the gate, the first 3 goals, they went up 12-7, and that's going to be the most costly scoring run of the game for Lafayette. Panzier, 6 goals in the game. That was the 6th. Lafayette would get going, though, 4 consecutive possessions with a goal. Yet again, twice in this game, they scored on 4 consecutive possessions. Still didn't end up with a victory, as the putback opportunity scored there by Lucy Licata. That was the biggest save of the game from Molly Teresiano in a 5v7. That would open up the run for the Leopards. And they would get things going from Igneri. One here from Henning. That was enough for Colgate as they get the goal to win. Final score in this one, 14-13. As we look at the final stats in this one, as you see, Lafayette beating Colgate, not Boston, but 25 shots, 13 goals, over 50%. And again, 2 periods of the game in which they scored on 4 consecutive possessions. Offensively, they played the part to win, but for Colgate, just a little too much. The one difference, we mentioned it, the clearing, perfect by Colgate, 9 of 16 by Lafayette. That broke the game for Lafayette. Just going to be honest on that one. Everything else panned out the right way for Lafayette to get this victory. But that's the importance of this game. So many different facets. 7v7, transition, all important at the draw. Lafayette, we don't show it there. The draw controls 18 for Lafayette, 12 for Colgate. You see the leaders, Caroline Panzier, the star of the game for Colgate with the 6 goals. Lucy Licata, 2 goals, 1 assist. Not her best day in terms of helping the team to win in terms of draw control percentage, but still another 9 draw controls for her individually. And that is now a total of 43 in the last 3 games. Haley Albrecht, Sarah Rogers with hat tricks in this game. And then as the screen goes down there, Molly Teresiano, 6 saves, but in the end, Colgate with a victory. So they are now at 3-3 in Patriot League play. They are currently in 5th place. There's a 4-way tie at 2-4. Lafayette falls to 1-5. Still 1 game back of that bunch, and they have Bucknell coming up next on Wednesday. So once again, the important theme of these games down the stretch, playoff destiny, perhaps still in your path here if you're Lafayette, but you got to get it done on Wednesday. That'll be at 7:30 for the opening draw, but until then, this is Adam Dobrovolsky saying so long from Fisher Stadium. The final score in this one in favor of Colgate by a 14-13 final. A reminder that all games airing on the ESPN networks are streaming live and also archived on the ESPN app. This has been a presentation of ESPN. Have a good evening, everybody.